You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful cold day here in Gwinnett County. 37 degrees, only going up to a high of 48. You know what's crazy is Saturday it was 75 degrees. I can't get over that. It was 75 degrees and today it is 37. It is wintertime, and what was crazy is we were saying, man, it doesn't even feel like winter. This feels like a beautiful spring day. Well, today it feels like a beautiful winter day, which is what it is, a beautiful winter day. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Hope you're having a good day. Today is National Missouri Day, National Spaghetti Day, and National Trivia Day. I don't like spaghetti. I don't like spaghetti. I don't know why. Well, I know why I don't like spaghetti, and it's crazy. I got a thing about rice, and I have a thing about spaghetti. And they're both very disgusting. And I don't eat them for those reasons. Now, I will say this. Over the years, probably the last 10 years, I've eaten rice, but I could only eat rice when it's wrapped up in sushi. That's the only way I can eat rice. Before that, I never ate rice. And the reason I say is probably 9 years. The reason I say it's 8 or 9 years because my daughter and my niece took me to a restaurant before we left Jersey, and I ate sushi for the first time. And it was wrapped in rice. And I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. But for me to sit down and take a fork and eat some rice, cannot do it. Cannot do it. Sushi, yes. Just the rice by itself, can't do it. Spaghetti, same thing. Like, I will sit there and take all the meat out of the spaghetti and not eat the spaghetti. What's crazy is I love fettuccine. It's just something about spaghetti. But I don't like spaghetti. But anyway, for those of you who love spaghetti, it's National Spaghetti Day. Now, trivia on the other hand, I like games. I told y'all the other day I love playing games. So National Trivia Day, I could get with that. So National Missouri Day, shout out to Missouri. Never been there, but I'm sure it's pretty cold right now. If it's 37 degrees, it's probably 12 degrees in Missouri. Shout out to Missouri. National Missouri Day. Spaghetti lovers, do your thing. Don't eat too much now. Don't eat too much. Spaghetti is a carb, so don't eat too much spaghetti. I get it. I know it's got protein in it and all that good stuff and vegetables and all that, but that spaghetti is a carb. So watch your carbs today. All right. Also today is I do another episode, another segment of $1 Million Year. That's going to follow the first segment of this show. Every day I'm on this show talking. When I don't have a guest, I will be doing a segment called $1 Million Year. And that segment is intended to help small business owners who want to take their company to $1 million this year. Follow along with some of the things that I'm going to be doing as I share the things that I'm going to be doing on the show. And I have some great things that I'm going to be sharing. For those of you who are listening to the show for the first time, I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. This year made 25 years. And I can't see myself doing anything other than being an entrepreneur. But I've never in a year made $1 million. And so that's why I call this, my theme for this year is $1 Million Year. I know for some people they're saying, oh my God, she's in it just for the money. No, I've been doing this for a very long time and I have not made $1 million in a year. So you can't say I'm doing it just for the money because it hasn't happened, nor have I had that goal. I've never had a goal to say, you know what, I'm going to do $1 million in a year. I've said I want to get 1 million downloads, 1 million subscribers, but I've never had a goal with, okay, I'm going to do $1 million in a year. This year I have $1 million goal. Now I've been in this game long enough to know, and trust me, there's been a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. So if you think I've been in it for the money, think again. 25 years full-time I've been doing it, 23 full-time. When I say full-time, working from home full-time, 23 years, 25 in the game. So has not been about the money. It's been about the freedom that this lifestyle has allowed me. My brother said the other day, he was here, I think it was it Sunday? I think it was Friday. He was here Friday, and he was saying, you know, how me being an entrepreneur has allowed me the freedom to help the people in my life, like him. Like, you know, he has all the kids. I have one, he had 3. So there would be times where he would call me and say, hey, I'm on the other side of town with this one. Can you go pick up that one? You know, things like that. When my mom was sick during her whole journey, her bout with cancer and her, you know, all the things that she went through for the last 10 years. Because she went through a lot before she passed away for 10 years. But I was there. I was there every day, you know, with her brother who lives with me right now. You know, I do a lot for him as well. And he had a stroke some years ago, and I make sure he's okay. And, you know, my brother said to me the other day, thank God that I was able to do that. Thank God for being an entrepreneur. He said, this is what he really said. He said, thank God you didn't have a job. This is what he said. Because people think that entrepreneurship is this easy breezy, like we don't have a job, we don't do anything. Trust me, I work more than people who go to work 9 to 5. And you want to know why? Because they shut down after 5 o'clock. I don't shut down. I have to make myself shut down. And that's because I don't consider what I do work. I consider what I do a love. So if I probably could work around the clock and function the next day, I probably would. But I can't do that. So I have to make myself go to bed. And it's hilarious because my husband said last night, because I listen to meditation music before I go to sleep. And he says to me, oh my God, that thing was talking. Now, what's crazy is, he always says this, but I have the TV set for an hour. So he's always asleep before me. And he always tells me, oh, it woke me up. I'm like, but when I'm laying up there watching the television, he doesn't wake up. I will watch the TV for 3 straight hours and he's knocked out sleep and he doesn't wake up. The minute I turn on the meditation music, he says it wakes him up. And it's very, very low. It's so low I can barely hear it. And then I set the timer on the TV to go off in an hour. He said, well, can you set the time on the TV to go off in a shorter time? This is what he says last night. I said, yeah, I'm going to set it for 30 minutes. So I have to make myself go to sleep, right? I have to make myself do these things because I don't consider what I do work. It's love. And trust me, if I could do it all night, if my back could stand sitting in this chair all day, which it can't, I think this is what has ruined my back, sitting in this chair for so many hours every day. And I can't do it anymore. So now, even though I want to work like I used to work when I was younger, I can't. But anyway, on the $1 Million Year segment, I'll talk about what I'm going to do and what you can do to take your company to $1 million. Take what you need from me, use it. The rest you can throw it in the garbage. But I'm just going to share what that looks like. So use the hashtag $1 Million Year so you can stay in the loop. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Journey to $1 Million. Journey, the number 2, $1 million. Journey to $1 million. It's about 80 or 90 people in that group. So go over there. It's a free Facebook group. Go join the group, Journey to $1 million, and join us. Use the hashtag $1 Million Year. All right. Let's get on with this show. Let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Theisen for today, January the 4th, Tuesday, January the 4th. Yes, it's January the 4th. All right. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. You may find that purchases or entertainment could be expensive. Verbal abuse may lead to walkouts. Don't make any rash statements you may regret later. Try to make amends by planning a nice dinner for 2. All right, listen. Don't make any rash statements that you can't listen. If you say it out your mouth, you can't take it back, Aries. So be very careful about what you say. All right, because once it's out your mouth, I don't care how many times you say you're sorry. I don't care how many times you didn't mean to do it. You didn't mean to say it. You can't take it back. So don't make any rash statements that you're gonna regret later. Here's the thing. However, if you do make the statement, you can try to make amends by planning a nice dinner for 2. I still don't think they're going to forget about what you said. They may take the dinner, especially if it's lobster or steak, because they want to take the dinner. But 9 times out of 10, it's burned in the back of their brain. So just be careful about what you say. And still take them out to dinner too. That'll be nice. Taurus, you would need a little competition. All right, Taurus, why? Why you need competition? You need to be motivated. Get involved in activities that will stretch your stamina. Use discretion in your dealings and refrain from making verbal promises of any kind. Try to be fair in your dealings with acquaintances. Listen, why do you need a little competition today? Do you need to be motivated? Competition is what motivates people. Yes, not everybody. Some people see competition and they get scared. They get scared. They do. But for you today, Taurus, I think that competition is going to give you some motivation that you need to get moving. Snap yourself into gear. Gemini, this day was meant for love. Okay, Gemini, make creative changes to your residence. Your positive attitude and intellectual outlook will draw others to you. You will encounter those who can help you further your goals if you attend functions that attract prominent people. Gemini, I talked about this yesterday in my $1 Million Year segment. Get around the people that are going somewhere. I get it. You got some people in your life that are not going anywhere. That's okay. I'm not saying cast them aside. I'm just saying create a new circle of friends. You got the circle that you like to have fun with, shoot the breeze with, then you got the circle that's moving. If you want to move, you want to be in a circle that's moving. If you want to stay where you are, then stay with the circle that's standing still. This is just the bottom line. Cancer, you will be relentless when it comes to getting yourself back into shape. Relentless, Cancer. I hear you. Take the time to do something nice for your friends and relatives. lighten up your serious attitude. Oh, Cancer, do something nice. Do something nice for your friends and relatives. I know Cancers can be a little selfish sometimes. Yeah, they can be a little bit now. I'm just telling you what I know for a fact. Especially if, let me say this, they can be a little selfish when they have to go outside of their regular routine. They hate that. I hate that too, though. I ain't gonna even lie. Maybe I'm a little bit selfish that way. Yeah, when I have a routine, let me say this: if I have a regular routine and at the last minute I have to change because of something somebody else want to do, that's annoying. Now, if I know ahead of time that I need to change my routine, I will. But if you tell me the last minute, I'm a little bit annoyed about that. I'm just telling the truth. Leo, overexertion and negligence will be your worst enemies. Opportunities to make money may interfere with your personal plans. Do you really want to start something with someone you can't reason with? No. Listen, you already know you can't reason with that person. Don't start something with them. No, because if you can't reason with them now, you won't be able to reason with them later when it's a lot more involved, right? There's a lot more at stake. Now you are in a partner with them. They're unreasonable. You got money on the line. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't mix the two. If you know they're already unreasonable, don't partner with them. I'm just trying to help and save you some time, some trouble and some headache, and probably some money, Leo. Virgo, chances are you could get stuck with a colleague's job unexpectedly. Don't let your family put demands on you. Relatives will want to get together. Okay, that may not be a bad thing, Virgo. You want to get together with your family, that may not be a bad thing. Now, here's the thing. Is it the family member that always start the trouble? I used to have a family member like that. If he drank, and this is every time we had a gathering, we used to have a lot of gatherings. When my mom and my uncle, when we all lived in the same state, like her brother, her oldest brother, her oldest two brothers, and a bunch of my cousins, we all lived in Jersey, and we would always have get-togethers, the really good get-togethers, where you played cards, and they drank, and barbecue was cooking. I haven't had one of those in a long time. We would have those type of get-togethers, right? It was a lot of fun. Those were the fun get-togethers. All my friends would come over to my uncle's. We normally give them at my uncle's house. All my friends would come over to my uncle's house. We just have a good old time. All his kids, all their friends, all of our boyfriends, things like that. But we had this one cousin, God rest his soul, one cousin. When he came around, he was fine. But the minute he got him some gin, it was on and popping, baby. Yes, the minute gin touched his spirit, that was it. Somebody got to fight every single time. God rest his soul. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thies. Stay tuned.
I know it's been a while, haven't talked since July. You've been on my mind, don't hang up. I know it's been some time since I called you mine. You've been on my mind, don't hang up. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous, haven't told my friends we ended it. Yeah, I know that it is wrong. Maybe it's a little bit selfish calling you up when I'm wasted, when I know that you moved on. Is she in your arms right now? Tell me, is she gonna stay the night? Tell me, is she in your arms right now? Is she in your arms tonight? Like I used to be. Talk things through, tell me what to do. Don't give up after all that we've been through. I give my all to you, just tell me what to do. Don't give up on me yet. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous, haven't told my friends we ended it. Yeah, I know that it's wrong. Maybe it's a little bit selfish calling you up when I'm wasted, when I know that you moved on. Is she in your arms right now? Tell me, is she gonna stay the night? Tell me, is she in your arms right now? Is she in your arms tonight? when I know that you moved on? Is she in your arms right now? Tell me, is she gonna stay the night? Tell me, is she in your arms right now? Is she in your arms tonight? Like I used to, like I used to be.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney, bringing you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. We're gonna pick it up with Libra. Your high energy and discipline will enable you to complete any seemingly insurmountable task. Use your quick wit to win points with friends. Your personal partner may be less than willing to accommodate you today. Yeah, they're not really willing to help you, so it's okay. Here's the thing: find an alternative. Right? Listen. Don't force them to help you. Don't force them to accommodate you. If you can do whatever you can do without them, then do it. Sometimes we just want somebody to lean on, and they don't want us to lean on them. Do it yourself. Just pick yourself up and keep it moving. Scorpio, turn your present relationship around or start a new one. Don't get upset. Rather than making a scene, communicate quietly about the way you feel. Listen, don't make a scene. That's embarrassing. I can tell you one thing I hate, and that's being embarrassed. Even when I'm the most pissed off. Now, I will say this. There have been times in my past, in my very far off past, that I was ticked off and I couldn't help myself. But for the most part, I don't like making scenes. Yep, I don't. So if you can avoid making a scene, do that, because you're gonna feel horrible. Like the one time I did and I made it one time. Let me say that I made a scene one time, and I felt awful for like months because I just felt so. I was so angry, and I made a scene. It wasn't a loud scene, but it was a scene. And that's because I was so very angry, right? And then I said to myself, I'll never do that again. So now, if something ticks me off that bad, I truly have to leave the situation. Like I have to leave the situation, step back, because I know I don't ever want to do that again. Because I was so embarrassed later. At that time, I was really mad. Later, I was just so embarrassed at the way I acted, and I was like, yeah, I'll never do that again. Because I'm sure it was caught on camera. I'm sure it was. I probably was trending, and this was years ago. Like, I don't even know if they had cameras back then. That's how far back it was. Like, now, everything, people just pop their phone out and be videotaping. So, I don't think it was like that because it never showed up anywhere. Sagittarius. Changes in your domestic situation will prove to be favorable in the long run. You can expect to have problems with your mate if you have been spending too much time away from home. You will be able to get to the bottom of things today. All right, listen, Sagittarius. I don't know what you got going on. You know, maybe you're trying to grow a business. Maybe you got 2 or 3 jobs trying to make ends meet. Whatever it is, talk to your partner, right? Talk to your mate. Help them understand why you've been spending so much time away from home. Now, here's the thing, though. If it ain't got nothing to do with work, school, business, why are you spending too much time away from home? Are you at the gym every day for a long period of time? If you are, your body should be banging right now. I'm just saying. You know, if you're going to use that excuse, you need to look like you've been at the gym all day. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help somebody out. Don't go in that line talking about I've been at the gym for the last 5 days for 5 hours a day, and you look like, you just ate a bunch of jelly beans. Keeping it real. I know what it looking like. I don't like jelly beans. They're nasty. But you would look at me and say, well, she don't spend no time in the gym. You would be absolutely right. So if you're saying that's where you spend your time at, and you kind of look a little chunky like me, like you don't spend no time, think of a new story. I'm just trying to help you out, Sagittarius. Capricorn, you may be fortunate while I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at myself about that. Capricorn, you may be fortunate while traveling. New romantic relationships will develop through group activity related to sports events. Your social skills with people may be more than just helpful. Yes. All right, you looking for love in 2022, Capricorn? You need to go to a sporting event. Yes, go out there. Go listen. Go to the football. Let me tell y'all something. This is funny too, right? So my daughter, she's like in a semi situation right now, which is hilarious. But before she got in the situation, we went to her cousin's boxing match, right? And I go to a lot of sporting events. Like I go to football games. I go to football games more than anything else. And I go bowling. So bowling, you don't see a whole lot of anything. But football games, you see a whole lot of folks. A whole lot of dudes, right? But we went to the boxing match. Now, what was crazy about going to the boxing match, there was a whole lot of guys there. And they were pretty much by themselves. So she looked around and she was like, oh, I got to come to more boxing matches. It was hilarious. But when I looked around the room, so when you go to a football game, you see mothers, you see families. At the boxing match, I was like, oh, yeah, it seems like a lot of single dudes. Well, they were by themselves. Let me say that. I don't know if they were single or not. They were by themselves. That's the sporting events. That's one of them. And a lot of guys that was at that sporting events looked like they were by themselves. I go to the football games, basketball games, family events. Like I went to the Hawks game a couple of weeks ago. A lot of guys, but they were attached to their mates. But I said all that to say, Capricorn, if you're looking for some romance in 2022, find a sporting event to attend. Yeah, and not just once. Keep going. Become like the parent, the support team. You know, get on the board to bring the snacks, whatever. You know, get you a membership to the Hawks game. That's my goal this year. Get me a membership, a VIP membership to the Hawks and the Falcons. Yes, so I can go sit up in the game in my own seat. That's my plan. I'm putting it on my vision board. I want memberships to both VIP memberships. So I have like VIP parking. We had VIP parking, y'all. I was like, oh, this is nice. So we went to State Farm Arena to watch the Hawks. Had VIP parking, which was amazing because I parked down there one time. We went to the Hawks game, and when I tell y'all, we had to like walk up like 4 flights of stairs and then walk across a bridge to get to the end, then walk around it was crazy. I got a bad knee. My husband and I both. Like that was a lot of up and down and around and around. This time we had VIP parking. We walked right out the parking lot, right across the street, right to the front. It was amazing. I was like, oh, this is nice. Yeah, last time we were in VIP. This time we're in VIP. I said to my husband, I like this. I want this. When we come to the games, I need VIP parking. It was nice. When I go to the Mercedes-Benz to the Falcon games, VIP parking, club access. That's what I want. I lost my train of thought. Aquarius, you should be looking into making changes around the house. Someone you like may be receptive and actively seeking your company. Your ability to visualize will help you convince others of the possibilities. Yes, visualize so that you can paint a clear picture for the people that you're trying to convince. If you can't paint a clear picture for them, they won't get it. So you need to be able to visualize it yourself so you can paint the picture, Aquarius, so they can get it. All right, cool. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, think twice before you speak. Be sure to take time for old friends or relatives you don't get to see that often. Don't expect others to live up to their promises, and you won't be disappointed or find yourself stuck with delays. Yeah, I pretty much don't. Yeah, don't do it, fish. If you want to be on time, or if you don't want to be disappointed, don't. Especially if you know that person don't keep their promises anyway. If you know they don't keep their word, they're always late. Don't expect anything different from them. I'm just trying to help you out. That way you won't be disappointed, and that way you won't get stuck with delays because you were waiting for them when you know they're never on time with anything. I'm just trying to help you out. And think twice before you speak. We talk a lot, fish. I know we talk a lot, but think twice before you speak. Because once you say it out your mouth, baby, you can't take it back. Check out some old friends and relatives and see how they're doing. Just check in on them. Hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Just calling you. Yeah, I do that every now and again. All right, that's all I got for you today as far as the horoscope goes. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing to bring you more of the horoscopes and brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on with some news you can use. Well, flights are still being canceled. Flights are just because of the COVID. Because of COVID, flights are being canceled. More than 150 flights are canceled and hundreds are delayed at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport yesterday. Yep, a lot of flights. The airport said Monday morning that passengers may experience some delays because of weather. That was one thing. The other thing was COVID. So yeah, we had some really crazy weather. Like it was beautiful. Then it started raining. The wind started blowing crazy. Sunday night, the wind was blowing so hard I got out the bed because first thing I thought was tornado. I was like, wait a minute now. That wind is blowing a little too hard out there. So my husband was like, what was you looking for out the wind? I said, I need to see if anything was coming down the street. I think he says I'm crazy. But I was like, let me tell y'all something. I heard some strong winds. I needed to make sure. But flights are being canceled because of weather and because of COVID. So there's just a lot going on. Just everywhere, y'all. It's just everywhere. I can't even call it. It just is. This is a lot going on. Speaking of a lot going on, Gwinnett School still on track to do in-person learning when students return to class as neighboring districts switched online. So, the parents here in Gwinnett County, they just pissed off. They don't want their kids to be out of school. Now, what's crazy is that they're saying that there are a lot more students being hospitalized with COVID now more than ever. And they're saying that these kids should be vaccinated. But parents are saying, my kid is not getting vaccinated. They're not going to go to school and wear masks. They're just going to go to school. To me, that's frightful. But hey, listen, I don't have a kid in school. You know, I ain't gonna harp on my thoughts on COVID. Just know that right now, a lot of the schools are saying, no, we're gonna do virtual learning due to COVID-19 concerns when the students go back to school this week or next week. Gwinnett County Public School is moving forward with plans to do in-person instruction. That's what they said yesterday. So several districts in the metro area have opted for virtual learning, while our school system is saying we're gonna do in-person. So it's a catch-22. Parents got to go to work. They need the kids to go to school. You know, I don't know. Gwinnett County Public Schools have been preparing for the return of school. District officials said in the message to parents and GCPS employees, keeping schools safely open for in-person instruction remains a top priority. And there is no change in our schedule reopening schools on Thursday. So school will be reopening on Thursday, January 6th, National Insurrection Day. That's the national. I'm gonna call that National Insurrection Day. That's what I'm gonna call that. I just named it that. Yep, January 6th, National Insurrection Day. Based on the available staffing information, we are prepared to serve students in person Thursday and Friday. I wonder if all the teachers are going to come back though, because that was one of the issues last time. Teachers like, I ain't going. You know, the kids don't wear no mask. I ain't going. They're not. They didn't feel safe. You know, there was one teacher who passed away last year. She was just about to retire. Oh, that was sad. That was heartbreaking. She passed away right after my mom. She was just about to retire and got COVID and did not get to retire. So I'm sure that this is going to be a topic of discussion because some parents are saying, and then the test is so crazy. Like I had a friend who told me she was so sick, right? My husband said maybe she had the flu. She tested negative for COVID like 5 times, but she said she was sick. And I was like, really? Like really sick like that? So, I don't know. I'm sure this is going to be a topic of discussion as we move forward because some parents are saying, yep, my kids got to go to school. Some are saying, no, they're not. Whew, it's just tough. But anyway, Southern Gwinnett Vaccine Clinic will operate Fridays and Saturdays, so that's a good thing. So if you need to get vaccinated, it's going to be a clinic going on. Gwinnett County and Piedmont Eastside Medical Center will operate a COVID vaccine clinic on Fridays and Saturdays in Snellville in the southern part of the county. The clinic offers Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for children ages 5 and older, the Moderna vaccine for adults, and Johnson & Johnson vaccine shots when available, according to the Gwinnett County website. The clinic is on the hospital campus located at 1800 Tree Lane, Suite 250 in Snellville. Friday hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with a drive-through from 5 to 8 p.m. weather permitting. Saturday hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The clinic is located on the hospital campus. So if you need to go there, 1800 Tree Lane, Suite 250, they're going to have drive-throughs 5 to 8 p.m., but the regular operating hours are Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and when the weather is good, you can drive through. Registration, you can register in advance. So if you want to register in advance to save your spot. For more information about how to register, go to ajc.com. You'll see the story there. Click on the link to register to make sure you save your spot, okay? All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County, so stay tuned.
I'm stuck in the middle. Yeah, I'm stuck in between. I'm stuck in that position. I'm just a machine. So you're stuck in the middle, huh? I guess we're stuck in between. Life is a riddle, yeah. And I don't know what it means, no. This is what it feels like. But you're not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. Let's share a ride and hitchhike. There is nothing we can't do. Ooh, baby, it's
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So you know there was a whole lot going on with the redistricting of the map here in Gwinnett County because Clint Dixon wanted to expand the commission board and add 5 new seats to the commission, and the commissioners were like, that's not fair, you didn't go about the process the right way. So they decided to redraw their own map, and so they have decided to put out a call to the public. They had meetings around the county to see what the citizens of Gwinnett had to say about what they thought about this map being redrawn, and they got some feedback from that. So because of the feedback they got, now they're going to vote on a new map. So the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners will vote today on a proposal for redrawing commission districts that does not include expansion of the commission. So the way they redrew the map, it does not include the map, the commissioners adding more commission seats to the table. They said, I think it's they said the maps were drawn up following a series of public input meetings where residents were able to offer their feedback and how the district lines should be redrawn. The lines have to be revisited every 10 years after the census is performed to adjust districts for population changes. And so here in Gwinnett County, I've been here, this is my 9th year here coming up in June. I have seen tremendous amount of growth just right here in Lawrenceville alone. And so the lines have been redrawn, but the populations have increased. So Clinton Dixon was saying, we need to add 5 new commissioner seats. Pedro Marin has said, I'm not opposed to adding 2 more, but the commissioners that are in the seats right now said we don't think we need to add any more, right? So it says, now they come up with this map. So you want to see the map, you can go to Gwinnett Daily Post. There's a picture of the map drawn the way they want to have it drawn there, and they have to vote on that. So right now they made some changes. So some of the changes include shifting sections of the far northwestern Gwinnett district from District 4 Commissioner Marlene Foscue district to District 1 Commissioner Kirkland Cardine's district, which already includes parts of Sugar Hill. The southeastern edge of Cardine's district will also be pushed close to the western edge of Lawrenceville city limits. At the same time, it will lose a chunk of the southern edge, located between Lilburn, Norcross, and Berkeley Lakes, which is Ben Koo's district. District 3 Commissioner Jasper Watkins district will lose its far northern point, including Brazelton and Interstate 85, to Commissioner Foscue's district, but take more of the area of Snellville from District Commissioner Ben Koo. So it's a whole lot. They figured out how to do it the way they want to do it. Now we just got to see what's going to happen with that. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. It goes to the, they got to vote on it and all that good stuff. And so we'll see. But to read the full story, go to Gwinnett Daily Post and you'll see it there. All right, let's get on with our section of the show called $1 Million Year. This is where I talk about some of the things you can do if you have a business and you want to focus on having $1 million year. The key word there being focus. For some of you, it may not be a goal. It may not be something you want to focus on. For some of you, your mindset is not right because you feel like you don't deserve to make $1 million. Some people think that, if I'm focused on the money, oh my God, that makes me a bad person. I used to think like that. I used to run away. As much as I said I wanted money, I would run away from money because I felt like if I got money, it was going to change the way people treated me. And you're right, it does. It really does. I got money and it really did. But I survived that, right? I survived the changes in the way people treated me. Some people treated me great. Some people treated me like crap. But I survived both of them. And so what I realized, it doesn't matter if I have money or not. People are going to treat you the way they think they can treat you. Now, here's the thing. It's up to you to allow them to treat you that way. So if money is a goal for you, I'm not saying that you need to be loving money. Money is not the root of all evil. People are the root of all evil. Money is a tool. That tool allows us to do the things that we need to do for our families and ourselves and our communities, right? So trust me, if you ain't got it, you can't do nothing. So if you want to be a martyr and just say, I'm just going to work because I am, I want to do good. I get it. I do good all the time. But listen, I need to do good and be able to make an impact. And money allows us to do that. So the first thing you got to do is get your mindset, create a millionaire mindset. That's the first thing. So yesterday we talked about, having this morning ritual and these things you need to do. Now you got to be okay with saying, I want to make $1 million this year. I need my business to turn $1 million. You got to be okay with that. If you're not okay with that, it's not going to happen for you. You can't be guilty about wanting to make $1 million. To me, it's like a game. Like, okay, what can I do to make this $1 million? Like, what kind of things I have to do? What kind of creative ideas I have to come up? And let me tell y'all something. I came up with this really good idea, right? I was gonna get this, and it was hilarious. I was gonna get this giant microphone made, right? And I reached out to somebody to make the microphone for me. They told me, yeah, Audrey, we can make it. We can make whatever you want. And I was like, okay, great. How much is it? $15,000. I was like, oh, you can't make that microphone for me. I'm not paying $15,000 for a microphone that I can't do anything with. However, it was a good idea when I thought about it, right? So you got to think outside the box. So think about this, right? First, you got to get your mindset ready to accept the fact that you want to earn $1 million this year. That's the very first thing. You can't feel guilty about making money, because you won't make any if you feel guilty. So that's the first thing you got to do. The second thing you got to do, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to be ready to fight fear and kick rejection in the butt, because that's where I am. Those are the two things that have held me back, and I'm ready to fight them. I'm ready to fight with both gloves on. So you got to be ready to do that. You got to be ready to come up with a plan and a schedule that's going to allow you to do the things you want to do. So let me tell you some of what I have planned, what I came up with yesterday, because I was like, okay, I need to come up with this plan that makes sense for me. So what happens a lot of times, I have clients, right? So I'm trying to serve my clients. I'm trying to grow my podcast, right? And then it's like a time management problem. Like, okay, well, when do I do this? And when do I do this? I always do a calendar. I got this day, I'm gonna do this thing, this day, I'm gonna do that thing. Okay. And I do those things, but I still didn't see the type of revenue I wanted to see coming in. So what I did this time was I said, okay, I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I know I'm gonna do my show 4 days a week. I know that. That's an automatic guarantee, right? I know I have clients, and I know the days I have to work with them. That's an automatic guarantee. But what I did not do was money making actions, right? I did a lot of busy work, but I didn't do money making actions. All right, so this time I said, okay, I'm going to break this down into 90-day increments. So from January to March, the goal is $250,000 in revenue. How am I going to get there? I'm going to focus on local and voice SEO, that's search engine optimization. I got to meet 300 new businesses every month. That's a lot of networking, y'all, a lot of it. And I got to get interviewed on 25 podcasts and radio shows. Why? What is that going to do? That's going to drive my social media. That's going to drive traffic to my website. That's my plan. And every quarter, I pick a different thing to focus on. So the first quarter, I'm focused on local and voice SEO, right? The second quarter, I'm focused on running ads against my shows where I have guests. That's a big thing. The goal is to get 100,000 subscribers to the show. Again, I got to introduce the business of myself to 300 businesses and get interviews on 25 podcasts and radio shows. The fourth quarter, how I have it broken down, another 250,000 revenue, 100,000 app downloads. So the first one was subscribers to the show, which means they're subscribing to the show on Apple Podcasts or Spreaker or Spotify, iHeart, because this show is syndicated on all of those platforms. I need 100,000 subscribers. So April to June, all I'm focused on is getting 100,000 subscribers. That's the goal. Right? First goal, local SEO, voice SEO, which means that when people go to search for marketing, I want to come up in that space. When they go to search for local marketing, I want to come up in that space. So that means I have to do my own local and voice SEO. Third quarter, 250,000 in revenue is the goal, 100,000 app downloads. What does that mean? That means that I have a mobile app. I need to get that up to 100,000 downloads for my mobile app. Same thing. I got to get in front of 300 business owners in that quarter, get interviewed on 25 podcasts and radio shows, push the app. I'm pushing nothing but the app that month. That's it. That's all I'm pushing, right? Everywhere I go, when I meet these 300 people, I'm talking about download the app. Everywhere I go between April and June, I meet these 300 people, I'm talking about subscribe to the show. January through March, it's all about writing good content, producing great shows locally and for voice SEO and local SEO. The last quarter of the year, October to December, $250,000 in revenue is the goal. I need to look for small business awards. I need to get nominated for small business award and would love to win some of those. Why? Because that gives me a lot of publicity ending out the year. Publicity is a way to get in front of a lot of people. I've done it before, and I've been in front of millions, like literally. I've been on television probably 4 times, national television, in front of millions of people. that's a great way to get in front of people. It's a great way for people to find out who you are. I remember doing a show one time when I had my doll company. We were on a show called Insights, and we flew out to Dallas, Texas. The show was broadcast on Fox TV. Literally, when we got back to Jersey, we had so many orders for the dolls. We had to refund the money because we couldn't meet the demand. It was unexpected. It was like crazy. So if I get these awards, when I get these small business awards, podcast awards, whatever the awards are, that's going to give me the opportunity to get a ton of PR. So my goal for October to December is to get nominated and to win some awards and to be interviewed on 25 podcasts or radio shows and to get in front of 300 people. So that's the plan that I've set out for myself. But I had to make it make sense for me, right? I had to make sure that it was doable, because what happened is so much content out there on how to grow a business, you would get lost. And I was like, okay, this got to be very strategic. I can't do something in a month. So I need to do it in increments of 90 days. So 90 days, local invoice SEO. The next 90 days, get 100,000 subscribers. The next 100 days, get 100,000 app downloads. The next 100 days, get nominated for some awards, right? Because that's a great PR opportunity. You have to come up with a plan for yourself like that. Make it manageable. Make it doable. It was so crazy because once I sat down here yesterday and came up with this, I was like, that's amazing. Now, mind you, y'all, I told y'all I've been in business for 25 years. I felt like that's an amazing plan. That's an amazing plan. Because I was like, it's pretty simple to me. It's very doable. It allowed me to still service my clients the way they need to be serviced. I was excited about that. I was like, that is amazing. So you have to come up with a plan that's going to feed your spirit, right? One that you can do. And if you can't do it, find somebody that can. I could tell you that for those interviews, I'm not going to be sitting here trying to get me on podcast interviews. I'm going to hire a VA. There's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. There's a young lady who found me on LinkedIn. I'm telling y'all, I had been saying this for a whole year. I got to hire somebody to help me. I got to hire somebody to help me. I got to hire somebody to help me. I've been saying that for a whole year. This woman hit me up and said, hey, do you need a VA? Here's our fees. Here's our website. I'm thinking, is this real? Let me tell you, you will manifest things. And I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. I manifested that though. But I'm ready. Before I wasn't quite there. I'm ready now. I don't have time to sit there and call all these people to get me booked on shows, but I can hire a VA, which I would do starting today. I'm going to hire a VA and they're going to get me booked on shows. It was crazy. It was like it was a perfect situation, y'all. It was a perfect situation, perfect opportunity, because I know I need help. Like, I can't grow the business by myself, right? I know I need help. When I tell you, so many good things have been dropping in my spirit about Good Morning Gwinnett. Like, we have the studio, right? That's there. I started the studio last year. I had to close it down in the second month of the year because of COVID, and I never went back in. My client, who became a good friend, had a studio already. Top of the art, Rode microphones. We got the Rodecaster Pro. We got a blackout room. It's beautiful, right? All I got to do is go there and produce a show. Invite guests to the studio and do the show. That's what I got to do. So that's there for me, but I'm ready. So make your plan. What does your plan look like? How are you going to how are you going to have $1 million a year? This is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm going to talk about this every day on this show. The second segment of every show, I'll be talking about this. If you get tired of hearing me talk about it, stop listening to the show. If you're on the mission with me, go to Journey to $1 Million on Facebook. Journey to $1 Million. That's Journey, the number 2, $1 million. Join the group and put it in there. I'm going to go in there and put this document in there so people can see it. Like, this is my 90-day plan. This is how I'm going to do $1 million in a year, right here. So I'm going to go post this in the group so people can see it, because I want them to see you don't have to. I'm big on making things complicated. That was just the way I thought about things. My daughter and my husband would always tell me, you make everything too complicated. But I couldn't help it. That's how my mind see things. It see things really big picture. But then I would make it so big till I couldn't do it. I'll make it so big until it became overwhelming. So now when I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, so all I'm focusing on for the next 90 days is local SEO. Okay, I can do that. Okay, so the next quarter, all I'm focusing on is getting 100,000 subscribers to the show. Oh, okay. But then you have to have an action plan to that, right? You got to have an action plan for that. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to run Facebook ads to my guest episodes, Instagram ads, which is pretty cool because I think you can do Instagram ads like $2 a day using hashtags, right? I'm going to interview some great local people who have some really great things going on. So now that's how I'm going to do that. And then in September, July to September, I'm going to go out. I'm going to network. I'm going to put out QR codes. People can just download it. I'm going to partner with restaurants and cafes. This is a plan. So you create that whole plan, and then you take it little by little. Break it into quarters. So now you know what you're focusing on. Because otherwise, it becomes truly overwhelming. Like, for real. And then nothing happens. You become paralyzed because you're so overwhelmed. So that's my plan for my $1 million year. You create your plan. Join the group, because if you don't know exactly what that looks like, somebody in that group probably can help you. Even myself. Join Journey to $1 Million. It's free. Just go in there, join this community for entrepreneurs on a journey to do $1 million year. Join the group. Ask your questions. Share. Don't just go there with the intention of taking. Go there to give as well. Because when you give, you get back. When people realize all you do is want to get, they don't want to help you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. They do not want to help you when they feel like all you there to do is to just take. Nobody wants to be around a taker. So when you join the group, don't go there just putting flyers up every day. Give something back, and people will give back to you. All right, I'm going to my last song. I'll be back after this song to give you my word of inspiration for the day, so stay tuned.
You're the only one I think about, yeah. You're the only one for me. The only one I care about, yeah. Thinking about you day and night, yeah. You're the only one for me. I just wanna get it right, yeah. Ooh, yeah. You're the one I'm thinking of. Come on and take my love. Let's go and we can fly away. Taking off to the sky, it's you and me tonight. Whoa, baby. You know there was something special. Baby boy, you are my treasure. I know we got it, baby. Got it, baby. Yeah. I knew that it was something special. Baby boy, you are my treasure. I know we got it, baby. Got it, baby. It's amazing how you rock my world. You're the only one for me. Never thought that I would be your girl. Ooh, yeah. You're the one I'm thinking of. Come on and take my love. Let's go and we can fly away. We're taking off to the sky. It's you and me tonight. Whoa, baby. You know there was something special. Baby boy, you are my treasure. I know we got it, baby. Got it, baby. I knew that it was something special. Baby boy, you are my treasure. I know we got it, baby. Got it, baby. I know we got it, baby. Got it, baby. Yeah.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. And here it goes. You can attract the right thing when you have a sense of who you are. Oh, let me say that again. You attract the right thing when you have a sense of who you are. Amy Poehler said that, and she was right. The one thing about me doing this show is that I created a show that inspired me to get up every morning to do it, which means I do my horoscopes. I do the national holidays. I play music. I talk about the news. I talk about events that's going on in the world. And then I talk to guests on occasions, right? I had to create a show that was going to bring me to life. I had to create a show that was authentic to me, because that's going to make me get up and do it every day. It won't feel like work when it's like something that I love to do. It's what you have to do. You have to be authentically you. Now, here's the thing. You can't do that if you don't know who you are. Let me say that again. If you want to do something authentically you need to know who you are. I like music. I love horoscopes. I know some people don't believe them. I remember going to this church one time, and he was like, "Oh, That's a work of the devil. I'm like, man, get out of here. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, they read the stars, right? They read the stars. They came up with these things from the stars. They didn't come from the devil. It was crazy just to hear them say that. Like, I'm like, get out of here. Do your history. Look at history. The stars. Like, they learned how about planets and the universe. That was the stars, right? So, I know who I am. I know what I like. You need to know who you are. You need to know what sets your soul on fire. You need to know what's going to make you get up out the bed in the morning and do it even when nobody's paying you. Even when you don't think anybody's listening to you. Even when people say you crazy. Even when they say go get a job. Get a real job, they say. People have said all that stuff to me. Get a real job. You should just get a real job. This is my real job. And I've been doing it for 25 years. They're going to put me in the box and say, here she lay, entrepreneur. She's probably in heaven starting a business. She's probably in heaven running her mouth. Oh, yeah, I'm going to heaven. Yep, I'm going to heaven. I've done some things that I repented for, but I've also done a lot of great things that I'm proud of. Because I have decided, this is who I am. You have to be authentically you. Do the thing that sets your heart on fire. The thing that just burns in you. So take a step. Take a stand. Take the calculated risk. Take a risk on yourself. Believe in your abilities. You can do it. I'm telling you can do it. Listen, God gave me this idea for this doll. I had no idea. When I tell you it wasn't my idea, it was not my idea. They never are. They're the ideas of some higher power that say, do this. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And that's what happened. Who the heck? I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, right? I came from a broken family. My parents got divorced when I was 10. I got kicked out of college. I used to be ashamed to say that. But then, heck, Bill Gates and all them quit, and they look at them now. Jeez, hope in the next 5 years, they'll be like, look, she got kicked out of college. Look where she is now. But I did it anyway because God gave me what I needed to do it. But I also believed that I could do it. And I also knew that when I wasn't feeling authentic, I couldn't do it. And there was a time when I did the doll company that I did not feel authentic. I remember telling Georgette, this doesn't feel good to me, because people would say to us, why did you start the doll company? Right? And we had crafted this whole thing about, we wanted women to feel good about who they wear and not let what they wear stand in their way. Right? Because the dolls were plus size. That's what we used to say. To the point where I couldn't say it anymore. I hated doing interviews, and we did a lot of interviews. It was written up in magazine after magazine, and people would say the same thing. Well, what was your inspiration for doing the doll? And we had this thing that we came up with. It was a good motto. Our motto was, don't let what you weigh stand in your way. That was a good motto. But that's not the reason I created a company. Now, maybe Georgette created it for that reason. I was trying to make money, right? So it was an idea given to me to make money. It didn't make a whole lot of money, not the money I thought it was going to make, but it did make money. So our motto was, don't let what you weigh stand in your way. But every time a journalist would ask us, what made you start this company? It was like, we wanted women to feel good about who they are and not let what they weigh stand in their way. I said that so many times, I was like, I can't say that again, because that's not true. And I stopped saying it. And the minute I stopped saying it, the company crumbled. It fell apart. All kinds of things started happening. To the point where I was like, you know what? Either I let some people go or I let this company go. And I let the company go. Because it didn't feel authentic anymore. Now, when I tell y'all that I feel amazing, when I get up every morning and talk to you all around the world, I feel amazing. I'm smiling right now because I'm doing it my way. I'm being authentically me. That's what you got to do. Thank you again for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you missed any episode of this show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett, the number 1. If you listen to the show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, find the show, like the show, share the show, and subscribe to the show. Pretty soon, I'll be live streaming video, which means I need to be cute every day, right? Because I'm be on video every day, 4 days a week. Not every day, 4 days a week. And you'll be able to watch the show live as well as listen to me live too, no matter where you are in the world. And you'll be able to do that by going to the Good Morning Gwinnett channel on YouTube or Roku. So either one, you'll be able to watch it live. And in studio guests will be appearing on the show. I'm excited about that again. That's how I started podcasting, interviewing people. And so I'm going to bring that back because that's a powerful way for you to get to know the people in Gwinnett County and some people from beyond that Gwinnett County can get to know as well. Because I know people all over the United States, all over the world, as a matter of fact, who are entrepreneurs and community leaders and activists. And so some of those people will be joining me from outside of Gwinnett County, but I want to introduce them to Gwinnett County. So again, thank you again for listening. I'll be back in tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Stay safe out there, my friends. Stay safe out there. I need for you to stay safe. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.